Hey YouTube, it's your girl Young Vanish, and we're back for some more Rainbow Talk. Right now the topic at hand is studs that don't like head, and it's something that's been brought to my attention before, and I've just been watching videos and hearing everybody else's opinion about it to say my opinion, how I feel about it. So, studs that don't like head. Wow. I really don't know what to say on it because I don't understand it. How you don't like head. I can understand studs that don't like penetration. I understand that. And they don't like their girl, like they don't like get strapped up or don't like getting fingered. I understand that, but you have to remember lesbian, like gay sex, like lesbian sex, you only have so many options. You can only do so much. So if you don't, so there's, let's see, strap up, finger, head. When you already don't like 2 out of the 3, that only leaves you head. And how do you not like? I just want to say how, like, if you're a stud that doesn't like to get touched and you don't like head, like how do you get off? How do you get penetration? I know that, like, I just don't understand how that works for studs that don't like head. Like, my thing is, how do you not like head? Like, I can understand you don't like bad head. Nobody likes that. Girls that don't know what they're doing. But then again, if that's your girl and she doesn't know what she's doing, or she should be like, she is bad at it, that's when you step in and say, babe, let me teach you something, let me show you something. That's some communication error on how you're letting your girl give you head and it's bad head. Like, what are you thinking? So, and that's another thing I have noticed is it's an issue. It's a girls that don't like head. It's a stud thing because it's mostly studs that have told me that they don't let their girl to give them head. I'm just like, why? And it's like, because my girl doesn't know what she's doing. That's your fault. Sorry, but shame on you, because that's your fault. I don't understand. Like, how do you? That's another thing. Bad head. Like, how do you lick something wrong? I just don't understand it. But if you're a stud that doesn't like head, like, how do you not like it? It's head. And like, how do you? I just don't understand it. And I'm gonna keep saying that because it's weird. I know you don't like penetration, you don't like straps. Okay, we all get that. But how do you say, when your girl says she wants to give you head or she wants to go down on you, how do you tell the girl no? I'm not saying you gotta let every girl you meet and let every girl you feel like give you head, but every now and then it's nice. So I just don't understand it. And I would like for somebody to explain it. I know studs that have told me that they don't like head because they didn't enjoy it because of the person that was doing it. And that's when I say that's their fault. Sorry. That's your fault for being with that, fucking that person who gives bad head. Like, who does that? Well, I do know some people. I'm gonna take that back. But when studs that don't like head, like, why? It's head. Like, I hate saying this, but at the end of the day, you're still a girl. You still have a pussy. You still got a vagina. And I just don't see how you could be like, nah, you can't lick me. What? I know studs who were the touch me not studs, and they didn't like their girl giving them head, or they didn't like their girl fingering them and touching them. But then they meet that one girl who just blew their mind and just changed how they felt about that. Because I think it's just mostly depending on the girl that you with. Because a girl that I'm real cool with, she's a stud, and she told me she didn't like her girl giving her head. But then her current girlfriend now, she was like, she's never had somebody touch her and lick her the way that this girl has. And I think it just has to do with your partner, because most studs, the touch me not studs that I've known, that were touch me not studs who aren't now, is simply because they met that one girl who just like blew their mind, just like. So, leave your comments, messages, get at me on MySpace, myspace.com/C_done, because I would prefer the studs who, if you're a stud that who doesn't like to be penetrated or strapped, or the studs who don't like head, I would prefer for y'all to leave the comments. everybody's comments are welcome. But that's who's the audience I'm trying to go for, is because I don't understand how. I just want to know what their mind frame is like when they say they don't like HEAD. So let me see what y'all got to say.